last week was very, very different in that we knew we were in the NCAA tournament. We were just waiting on our seed and our opponent. But in terms of preparing for this game, very similar approach to last year. We have a ton of respect for our opponent. We know we're going to have to play very, very well to win. But our guys are excited, and you want to be playing your best basketball in March. I think we played very well in our conference tournament, and excited to get back on the floor. Really good last year, and they're really good this year. I would say probably the biggest difference is they're even more experienced this year. And you know, guys like Ragland and Stutz and Murray and Smith, I mean, they have so many seniors. Those guys they have an extra 30-some games of experience. They won the NIT, so those guys are a whole year better, and it's not like each of those guys didn't make major improvements individually. So I would say that's probably the biggest difference. I think it was J.T. Durley was a really good player last year, so you know he presented obviously some challenges, but now with Stutz, you know, being their main big and adding Carl Hall, those guys are challenging as well. But very good team. I mean, you don't become a 5 seed in the NCAA tournament without you know, being a terrific team and having a terrific regular season, and you know, they've earned it.
They have a great group of seniors that's, you know, they've led them the whole season. They're playing at a high level. You know, it's just going to be a great challenge for us. We're pretty familiar with them just because of last year, but, you know, when the ball's tipped up at tomorrow, it's not going to make any difference. You know, it's going to be the better team winning.
Great senior point guards, and so is Maury. With Maury on the wing, he's such a great player also. But you know, we're just gonna do our best to prepare and be locked in and focus on those two guys to do whatever we can to get the job done.
That's what good teams do. They can score from a variety of different ways, and I think with a team like Wichita State, you have to start with their point guard and then with their center. And those two guys for the Shockers happen to be first-team all-conference performers. And two guys that have really, really improved since we played them last. Now, that was the biggest thing that I noticed just in watching tape. Those guys went from very good players last year to, you know, really the class of their league this year. And so that's where we start. But like you said, they have a lot of other very talented players, so you can't ignore those guys. They have guys that on any given night can lead them in scoring. We just got to do a good job overall defensively, taking away their strengths. You can't always take everything away, but you know, our team, when we're really locked in, does a nice job of following the scouting report and taking away at least the team's first option.